my screen. Is it okay?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, I'm leaving.
Can everybody see my screen?
I can see your screen, yes.
Okay. Okay, so today I'm representing the Auxo team to present about our work in the scope of the ZKI3 cohort 3. So we are a team that are trying to explore the future of on-chain funding, as you can see on the screen. So if someone who hasn't known about Auxo yet, so our vision is to bring funding workflows and frameworks such as investment or grants or accelerator programs to the on-chain environment for better transparency and to lower the risk for the both investor and builders. And our main products is a privacy preserving on-chain funding platform, which will serve three main actors. I will talk about that. Three main actors is the builder, organizer, and an investor, and their specific roles I will describe in the next slide. And besides, we have developed a cryptographic module called threshold homomorphic encryptions, which enable us to provide the feature of private funding and private voting. So for today, I will present our final milestone, which include public testing from the unfinished midterm milestone, and we have finished our live paper and the module private voting and profit sharing. So a short recap of our roadmap for this development phase, which is supported by the cohort 3 program by Mina. So we are finishing our private funding solutions, and we have started developing our milestone by investing module, and trying to initiate the work for our on-chain funding framework by defining the process of funding and before funding, after funding, and continue to improve our platform. And here is our overall architecture. Like I said, our platform support three main actors: is builders, organizers, and investor. Builders are the project who want to build or to migrate their business into the on-chain environment, for now the Mina protocol, and they want to access to capital resource. And investors are the one who directly fund projects through the programs like grants or investment, and the organizer is the one who hosts the programs such as the program I just said, to connect the builders and the investor. And we have another type of actor is the DKG committee, is a distributed key generation committee who will take responsibility to the security of the threshold homomorphic encryption module. And our three main actors will interact with our on-chain funding platform ZK apps, which is a set of multiple ZK apps, and they will interact by creating actions. And to solve the problem of concurrency interaction with ZK apps, we have the roll-up and the reducer service, which will automatically roll up the user actions to update the state of the ZK apps. And the storage service and the listener service is to update a publicly access database so people can access off-chain data. Okay. And for the public test version, so the progress is that our committee app is currently live, and we utilize a self-managed lineage network. And the other three platform, excuse me. Okay, the other three platform, including the builder, the organizer, and the investor platforms, are ready to go live. And there are some limitations that I want to note here. It is despite that our progress is up to schedule, but we saw some limitations on the fact that we chosen the lineage network for our public test version. Is that the the network can crash after a long period, or the more important one is that the low maximum number of transactions in a single block or in a single epoch for on the Linenet network. So after, I think in the one of the next actions from our team is that we will move the public test to the DevNet for more stable, despite we have to take the trade-off for the performance. Okay, so before I talk more about the other features, I will show you the demo of our application, of our ZK apps. So here is what has already go live, and you can try out with the faucet or use the Linenet account with which is already fun. So here is I already demo this in the midterm program, so I just talk quick about it. So it serve our it provide our threshold homomorphic encryption module where people can form a committees and generate public keys to serve the encryption process. And for example, in the funding process, the public key is created by a commit. The key created by the key created by a committee will be used to encrypt the vote or encrypt the vote. I need to change the mess. Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So just I will just about this app, and I will go to in the main platform. So as I said, we serve three main actors: builder, organizer, and investor, right? So we have three platforms for each actor. This is a platform for the builders who is building projects on top of uh, Mina protocols for now. So they can create their profile. Here is an account that I have already created. They have the multiple project already, and I can create one more project. Here, when they create a project, they can select they can set the avatar and the banner for their project just for the display purpose, and all the information they input here will be stored on IPFS just for the decentralized purpose. That's okay. So I can use the public key will be the public key to receive the fund after the funding process. And just of course, I will use whatever data here. Okay. We can edit different thing here, just similar to what you guys did in the ZKI3 form, if you will remember. And you can add member and create the role for them. Yes, and you can add some document about your project. For example, yeah, and you can save as a draft and continue go back to edit them. And finally submit them. And when you submit, you will create a transactions to submit to the blockchain. The average time for all of our interactions to generating proof is about 30 seconds to 1 minute. It depends. Yeah. And we need to wait until the server automatically reduce the action I have just created. So when we wait for that, I will show you another platform. It's the platform of the organizer. The organizer view share the explorer with the builders and investor, where we can see information about projects and the previous funding campaigns, but they can also create their own profile. I, I think this one would be one of the, yeah. And when you sign out of another account and you log in back, you need to sign a message. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is one I have just create before. When you create a campaign, you can also specify an avatar and a banner image for your project. And here, you have a. I will try to do it. I think we have time, right? We can use this other one. This one. Final presentation. Yeah, and we can set a timeline for the program. So, for example, if we put it on, this is the start of the application period where builders can apply their project into this campaign, and the, after the application period is the investment period where investor can select and fund their project with the expected amount. And after that, we will save an amount of time for the project to be able to get to be allocated with the funded amount. And in order to enable the private funding features, we need to select the key from the created by the committee. For now, we just support public funding. And for the capacity, we can set theoretically we support an arbitrary number of projects in a campaign, but the more project, the more work our reducer server need to do. So for now, from our library, we set the maximum at 10, but we can improve this number in the future time when we scale up our backend server. We can set up 4, just okay. And in the application form, the organizer can specify question to the builder. When they apply, they will need to answer these questions. What your problem? Yeah. And we can set it require or not, and yeah. But yeah, and when I submit it, it will also create a new transactions. Okay, so here you see that our reducer service has already registered a job for the roll-up of the project I have just created before, and after that it will automatically submit to the blockchain, and later after the storage service fetch OPI or data from the network, the application will update its data, and I can show you. Yeah, and the same like that, we will need to wait for the server to run the reducer service and update the data. And after the organizer create a campaign, the builder can apply the project into an active campaign. And because we will need to wait for a long time, so I will show a video to see how does that happen. This is a video I prepare for a project to apply into a campaign. They will need to answer the questions specified by the organizer. They can give a custom answer, or they can use the description from the project, which they already put in when they create the project. Mm. Yeah. And after that, they can specify the scope of work, or we can call it the milestone that they need to finish if they want to get the funded amount. It's it is based on what we have experienced from the ZKI3 programs. So I think this is a great approach to specify like what does the builder has to complete to receive the invested money capital from the investor. And it's a great way to protect the rights of the investor in the after investment period. Yeah, and they can set the deadline. Yeah, all the information is also saved on IPFS, so any change can be detected. Yeah. Yeah.
I think he is frozen, right? Or
Yeah, he was frozen.
I just messaged him, so let's see.
Okay. Hi, everyone. What do we think so far?
Yeah. Maybe a question to Orai, Mahmoud, or Michael. So he talked about proving times like being between 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Yeah.
I remember there was some update in O1GS. So what is like the proving times right now that you're familiar with? Borai, Mahmoud, if you have any idea.
I don't have like solid benchmark for that, but like I don't know. Since the start of presentation, what I had in mind is about like utility, because I think it's more like for funding management and not like privacy or anything like that. Because I think if you have also payment on Mina, I think even privacy questionable in this use case, right? So, and yeah, I think like as a team since the beginning, they did a great job with great UI. But like, I don't know, I have some questions on utility in general. So that's my concern.
I don't know what angle you're coming on, you're focusing on with the utility part, but I just sent a link to the chats. It's a company on Ethereum called Gitcoin. So we used it to raise funds for short projects. So a couple of people I know personally, you would apply on Gitcoin, and Gitcoin will give you access. And then because Gitcoin had done a lot of work with growing their own community, they were doing partnerships, and so they even had a relationship with Vitalik. So yeah, Gitcoin, yeah. So we would now, so I think for utility, since Gitcoin exists, it can exist as well. But with the privacy part is the one I don't understand. Although during his presentation, I also saw that you could turn on private donation and you could turn on public donation. And so I just wanted to, I too would like to hear more about that. Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but in general, like having Bitcoin like on Mina would be, I think, pretty good for especially the fund programs like ZKIgnite or Navigator. Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay.
And
What do you
maybe if
think?
they also, yes.
No, go on. Sorry.
And I think they have also integrated some messaging features. So I think that could also be like maybe public records on how delivering the milestones or questions in general. So I think that's pretty nice also.
I actually agree with you. It's also why I was wondering about the Mina domain system, because it feels like there are intersections with Auxo has some intersections with the Mina domain system. Or what do you think? There's some close relationships with between the two products.
I think it can be added as a feature actually. Like if we know this grantee has a name or like an ENS or MNS, and then we can know like this grantee got the money or not. How in general, like this can be also maps like the developer to the account he's using in general, just like for transparency.
Yes, yes, I agree. I share the same thoughts. Yeah. Yasin, what do you think?
Yes, I agree. I think there are some couple of identity like ZK apps plus some primitives such as ZKML or domain name service. So it's a good question for us and the community to just think about how they're all interconnected, or like how we can use each of them utilizing each other. I'm really hyped about ZKML, Mahmoud, to be honest. So I also talk with Matthew in London. But I hope you find a way to go through the obstacle that you have right now in the short term, maybe a different design. I don't know if it's possible, but other than that, I think it can be like, it can take some time. I mean, the challenge that you're facing, but like I mean, it's a great use case. And it will unlock very different applications. So I'm looking forward to listen to the ZK presentation today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah, that's nice. Actually, the infra is ready, but like I think there's a limit on the constraints. So yeah, I would like elaborate on that later. Happy to hear that, Yasin.
Cool. So Aistar, I think maybe we can continue with Borai as Nguyen is just not here. I just messaged him
Okay.
but we can give him the time when he joins back. So let's
Okay.
continue with Borai. Yeah.
Barry, please, before I start, let me stop this recording and start a new one.
Yep.